yeah, obviously was incredibly sad, disappointed, frustrated, angry, all the above. Let yourself feel sorry for yourself for a little bit. It's easy when, a couple days leading up to surgery and a couple weeks after when you can't really do much, and then it's time to get back at it.
You determined to play this year, and do wins and losses leading up to when you could play matter?
Yeah, we'll see how these next couple weeks go. There's a lot that goes into it. Like you said, there's a lot of variables that you have to consider, and we're just going to see how these next couple weeks go, see how it feels.
How tough would that be to be potentially fully healthy, but still not, hold yourself back from not playing, given all the work you've taken to get ready to this point?
Yeah, we'll see how the next couple weeks go, see how it feels, and we'll make a decision. There's, like I said, a lot of variables that are going to go into this, and the number one is how it's feeling and my health. So we'll just take it day by day, like we have been throughout the rehab process.
The team has been obviously a lot of adversity, Joe, since you left. How have you dealt with watching it? How have you dealt with supporting your teammates through all of the adversity the team has had?
Yeah, you try to do what you can, but it's difficult when you're not out there and you're not around like you normally are. It's a weird spot to be in. You try to do what you can, and also just grind by yourself in the weight room and in the training room when trying to get right. There's not much more you can do. You're not out there with the guys. You're not at practice, so return from injury is pretty lonely.
What about watching Joe Flacco come in, the way he's played, and things that you've seen in the way that he's played that you feel like you can apply to, you try to learn from and apply to the way you play?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. I've had a lot of respect for him for a long time. He's been on a lot of different teams for the last several years, and he always goes in and plays well and puts the ball where it's supposed to be and is accurate and does a lot of things really well. So it's been fun to watch.
What variables you mentioned beyond how it feels is the win-loss record chief among them?
We'll see. We'll see how these next couple weeks go. We'll see how it feels. We'll make a decision when the time comes.
Are you running yet? Any lower body lifting? What's been the latest step here?
Yeah, we've been lifting for a while at this point, and running for a couple weeks now. So we feel good about my return to getting back on the field and testing it out.
When would you want to, if things, let's say the team does do well, is there a timeline of when you feel like the soonest you would be available?
We have 21 days to figure that out. Could be early, could be late in that window. We're still pretty early post surgery for this injury, so we have a couple weeks of practice to figure that out and see where it goes.
How has this injury been different, if it has, from your knee, the wrist, to the toe?
It's another ligament injury, so I know how to deal with those. It's not a ton of on a scale of difficulty level coming back. This one wasn't really out there. I was back to moving pretty quickly and was able to get back into my strength and conditioning routine pretty quick. So my body's in a good spot.
You talked about kind of that your risk, like football mortality, and how that kind of opens your eyes to, your career and how short it can be, or just really just all of those things piling up. How do you feel right now about that? And you sat similar at a podium a couple of years ago and said, Super Bowl window is going to be your whole career. How's your mentality changed with all that, and where are you at right now?
Yeah, you think about all those things for a couple weeks when you're trying to get the swelling down. You're not really moving around much, but I haven't really had a ton of time to think about that too much. I haven't really been in this spot where I've been injured, had surgery, and still had a chance to play in the year. So I've been juggling the injury mindset where you kind of take a deep breath and then get back to it, and then juggling that with the idea that I could potentially still play this year, and we could still be in it, and all of those things. So it's a been a lot going on in my mind with those things, and it's a difficult thing to juggle, but now that we're getting closer and closer, then now it's just more season mindset.
What's been the hardest part of juggling that?
You just think about a lot of different things. Think a lot about a lot of different things. A lot of different things pop into your head. Wide range of topics, good, bad, interesting, not interesting. A lot of different things.
Is this probably the most frustrating injury you've had, given that you had, you had the season last year, had off season, you did, had full camp, and then for it to happen to be here so early, where does this rank among the ones that you've had in your career?
Yeah, it was frustrating. They were all frustrating. I was really happy with where I was at, and so that part was obviously incredibly disappointing. The amount of work you put into it, and for that to happen in that spot, it's tough, but that's life in this business.
As you heard from Bengals quarterback Joe Borrow, a lot of will sees and it depends if he'll get back on the field. But you could tell when he walked